Before that, avian or bird flu is having a significant impact on the capital's swan population. New data from the latest Swan Upping survey has shown a 40% decline in the number of cygnets or young swans on the Thames, and that, says experts, is a huge cause for concern, as Anila Dami reports.
They're a majestic sighting, but could fast become a rare sight. While swans are under royal protection, there's no saving them from avian flu.
I think it is probably the worst pandemic on record that we've ever had in this country regarding avian flu.
This year seen a 40% drop in cygnets, with just 94 counted over 5 days compared to 155 last year. The drop's largely attributed to avian flu or bird flu, an infectious disease that spreads among birds through infected saliva and droppings, causing a range of symptoms.
Swollen head, runny beak, and the other indication is that there would be probably other birds dead around.
Here at the Swan Sanctuary in Shepperton there are lots of swans and cygnets, but because they stay in flocks it's easier for the flu to spread, as seen on the Thames during the annual count known as Swan Upping. It takes place on a 79-mile stretch between Sunbury Lock in Middlesex and Abingdon Bridge in Oxfordshire over 5 days. The uppers shout "all up" when they spot a swan before examining and marking them.
On the Thames where they're counting the young birds, and that has shown a really big decline, and it's basically because there are just less adults have been there to breed. But I think what the really important thing about that sort of swan counting shown is how important it is to keep monitoring populations and about what the long-term impacts of these diseases are. It's not just that a few birds die and then they just bounce back. You know, this could have a really long-term impact on species.
While there's no cure, Steve says hygiene is key to prevention.
We keep our birds well fed, their water is all oxygenated, it's just good animal husbandry.
And while some councils are advising people don't feed the swans, Steve says if the swans are expecting food and are infected, they'll travel out and therefore spread the virus. The government says they're monitoring the situation and working with partners on any action that may need to be taken. Despite the question over how to prevent the virus, everyone wants to protect the swans. Anila Dami, ITV News.